alike in dignity. In fair Verona, where we lay our scene, from ancient grudge break to new mutiny, where civil blood makes civil hands unclean. From forth the fatal loins of these two foes, a pair of star-crossed lovers take their life, whose misadventured piteous overthrows do with their death bury their parents' strife. The fearful passage of their death-marked love and the continuance of their parents' rage, which but their children's end naught could remove, is now the 2 hours traffic of our stage. The which if you with patient ears attend, what here shall miss, our toil shall strive to mend.
Fools! Put up your swords! You know not what you do!
What? Art thou drawn among these heartless hinds? Turn thee, Benvolio! Look upon thy death.
I do but keep the peace! Put up thy sword, or manage it to part these men with me!
What? Drawn and talk of peace? I hate the word, as I hate hell, all Montagues, and thee. Have it thee, coward!
What noise is this? Give me my long sword, ho!
Oh, crutch, why call you for a sword?
My sword, I say! Montague, he dares to flourish that blade in front of me.
Now, villain Capulet! Hold me not and let me go!
Thief.
Who set this ancient quarrel in your brooch? Speak, nephew! Were you by where it began?
Here, with the servants of your adversary, and yours. Close fighting ere I did approach. I drew to part them, but in the instant came the fiery Tybalt, with the sword prepared, who nothing hurt withal, hissed him in scorn.
Oh, where is Romeo? Saw you him today? Right. Glad I am he was not at this fray.
Madam, an hour before the worshipped sun peered forth the golden window of the east. So early walking did I see your son. Towards him I made, but he was wary of me, and stole into the covert of the woods. I, measuring his affections by my own, pursued my humor, not pursuing his, and gladly shunned those who gladly fled from me.
Many a morning hath he had been seen, with tears augmenting the fresh morning dew. Black and propentious must this humor prove, unless good counsel may the cause remove.
My noble uncle, do you know the cause?
I neither know it, nor can learn it of him.
Have you importuned him by any means?
Both by myself and many other friends. But he, his own affection's counselor.
See where he comes. So please you, step aside. I'll know his grievance, or be much denied. Good morrow, cousin.
Day so young.
But news struck 9.
Ay me, that hours seem long. That my father that went hence so fast?
Was. What sadness lengthens Romeo's hours?
Not having that which having makes them short.
In love.
Out.
Of love.
Out of her favor. There I am in love.
Alas, that love, so gentle in his view, should be so tyrannous and rough in proof.
Alas, that love, whose view is muffled still, without eyes see pathways to his will. Where shall we dine? Oh, me. What fray was here? Yet tell me not. I have heard it all. It has much to do with hate, but more with love. Why then, O loving hate, O brawling love? If anything, if nothing first create. O heavy lightness, serious vanity. This love feel I that feel no love in this. Dost thou not laugh?
No, cuz, I rather weep
Good-hearted what?
at thy good heart's oppression.
Why, such as love's transgression. Griefs of mine own lie heavy in my breast, which thou wilt propagate, to have it pressed. Love, my dear cousin, is a smoke, raised with the fume of sighs, being purged of fire, sparkling lover's eyes. Farewell, my cousin.
Soft, I will go along, and if you leave me so, you do me wrong.
Tut, I have lost myself. I am not here, this is not Romeo, he's some other where.
Tell me in sadness, who is it that you love?
What shall I groan and tell thee?
Groan? Why no, but sadly, tell me who?
Did a sick man in sadness make his will? Words ill urged to one that is so ill. In sadness, cousin, I do love a woman.
I aimed so near when I supposed you loved.
A right good markman, and she's fair, I love.
Right fair mark, fair cuz, soonest hit.
Well, in that hit you miss. She'll not be hit with Cupid's arrow, she hath Dian's wit. She'll not say the siege of loving terms, nor by the encounter of assailing eyes, though she's rich in beauty. Only poor that when she dies, with her beauty dies her store.
Then she had sworn that she will still live chaste.
She hath, and in that sparing makes huge waste. For beauty starved with her severity cuts beauty off from all posterity.
Be ruled by me. Forget to think of her,
Teach me how I should forget to think.
by giving liberty unto thine eyes.
Just the way to call hers exquisite. Question more. She whom hide the pretty mask with the fair lady's brows, do keep in mind that they hide the fair. One who has lost his eyesight can never forget the beauty of his eyesight lost.
Romeo, come you this afternoon to discuss a further pleasure in this case.
Nurse? Where's my daughter? Call her forth to me.
Now by my maidenhead, a 12-year-old I bade her come. What lamb, what ladybird? God forbid, where's this girl? What, Juliet?
How now? Who calls?
Your mother.
Madam, I'm here. What is your will?
This is the matter.
Nurse, give leave. We must talk in secret. Nurse, come back again. I have remembered me. Thou'st hear our counsel. Thou knowest my daughter is of a pretty age.
Faith, I can tell her age unto an hour.
Not 14.
I left 14 of my teeth. She's not 14. How long is it now to Lammerstide?
A fortnight and odd days.
Even odd. Of all days in the year, come Lammas Eve at night, shall she be 14. Susan, and she of an age, God bless her Christian soul. Susan is with God now. She was too good for me. But, as I said, come Lammas Eve at night shall she be 14. For then she could stand alone, nay, by the road she could have run and waddled all about, for even the day before she broke her brow. And then my husband, God bless his soul, he was a merry man, and took up the child, and yea, quoth he, dost thou fall upon thy face, thou wilt fall backward, when thou hast more it, wilt thou not do? And by my holiday, the pretty wretch left crying and said,
Enough of this, I pray thee, hold thy peace.
Yes, madam, yet I cannot choose but laugh and say, to think it should leave crying and say aye. Yet I warrant it had upon its brow a bump as big as a young cockerel stone. Wilt thou not soon? It stinted and said aye.
And stint thou too, I pray thee, nurse, say I.
Peace I have done. God mark thee to his grace. Thou wast the prettiest babe that e'er I nursed, and I should live to see thee married once.
Marry? That marry is the very theme I came to talk of. Tell me, daughter Juliet, how stands your disposition to be married?
An honor that I dream not of.
An honor!
Well, think of marriage now. Younger than you, here in Verona, ladies of esteem are made already mothers. Thus, then in brief, the valiant Paris seeks you for his love.
A man, young lady, such a man as all the world. Why, he's a man of wax.
Verona's summer had not such a flower.
Nay, he's a flower. In faith, a very flower.
Speak briefly. Can you like of Paris's love?
I look to like, if looking like can move, then your consent gives strength to make it fly.
Guests are come, supper served up, I beseech you, follow straight.
Go, girl, seek happy nights to happy days.
What? Shall this speech be spoke for our excuse, or shall we on without apology?
Let's go
Whither?
to supper.
Whose house?
The Capulets. At this same ancient feast of the Capulets sups the fair Rosalind, whom thou so lovest.
I am not for this ambling. Being but heavy, I will bear the light.
Hey, gentle Romeo, we must have you dance.
Not I, believe me. You have dancing shoes with nimble soles. I have a soul of lead, that stakes me to the ground I cannot move.
You are a lover. Borrow Cupid's wings and soar about the common bound.
I am too sore and pierced with his shaft to soar with his light feathers. And so bound, I cannot bound a pitch above dull woe. Under love's heavy burden do I sink.
And to sink in it, burden love, weight oppression for.
Is love a tender thing? It's too rough, too rude, too boisterous, and it pricks like thorn.
If love be rough with you, be rough with love. What curious eye that court deformities. Here are the beetle brows that shall blush for me.
Come, knock and enter. No sooner in, every man betake him to his legs.
A torch for me. Let wantons light of heart tickle the empty rushes with their heels. For I am proverbed, the grandsire phrase. I'll be a candle holder and look on.
Tut, duns the mouse, the constable's own word. If thou art done, we'll draw thee from the mire of this so reverence love. When thou stickest up to the ears, come, we want daylight, ho!
Nay, that's not so.
I mean, sir, in delay we waste our lights away, like lamps by day.
And we mean well in going to this mosque. 'Tis no wit to go.
Why, may one ask?
I dreamed a dream tonight.
And so did I.
What was yours?
The dreamers often lie.
Better sleep while they do dream things true.
Oh, then I see Queen Maeve had been with you. She is the fairy's midwife. She comes in a shape no bigger than an agate stone on the forefinger of an alderman. Athwart men's noses as they lie asleep. A chariot with an empty hazelnut, made by the joint of squirrel or old grub. Sometimes comes she, tickling a parson's nose as he lies asleep. This is the hag when maids lie on their backs that presses them and learns them first to bear, making them women of good character. This is she.
Peace, Mercutio. Peace. Thou talkest of nothing.
Talk of dreams are the children of an idle brain, more inconstant than the wind, who even now blows in the fruit.
Wind you talk of blows us from ourselves. Supper is done, and we shall come too late.
I fear, too early. For my mind misgives some consequence, yet hanging the stars shall bitterly begin his date. Direct my sails. On, lusty gentlemen.
Welcome, gentlemen and ladies. It's been a long time since last you and I were in a mask.
What lady is that doth bridge the hand of yonder knight?
I know not, coz.
Oh, she doth teach the torches to burn bright. Seems she hangs upon cheek of night like rich jewel in an Ethiop's ear. I'll watch her place of stand, and touching hers make blessed my rude hand. Did my heart love till now? Forswear it. Sight, for I ne'er saw true beauty till this night.
That by his voice should be a Montague. Fetch me my rapier, boy. Now by the stock in honor of my kin, to strike him dead I hold it not a sin.
Why, how now, Kingsman? Wherefore storm you?
Uncle, this is a Montague, our foe, villain that is hither come in spite, to scorn at our solemnity this night.
Young Romeo, is it?
'Tis he, that villain Romeo.
Calm thee, gentle coz. Let him be. Verona brags of him to be a virtuous and well-governed youth. It is my will, the which if thou respect, shall put off those frowns and get up a fair presence.
Fits when such a villain is a guest. I shall not endure him.
He shall be endured. Am I the master here or you? Go on, go on. He'll not be endured. God shall mend my soul. You'll create a mutiny amongst my guests.
Uncle, this is a shame.
Toad. You're a saucy boy, and so indeed. Tybalt, be quiet, or I will make you quiet.
If I profane with my unworthiest hand this holy shrine, gentle fine as this, my lips, two blushing pilgrims in ready stand, smooth this rough touch with tender kiss.
Pilgrim, you do wrong your hand too much. Which mannerly devotion shows in this? Saints have hands that pilgrims' hands do touch. Palm to palm is holy palmer's kiss.
Have not saints lips, holy palmers too?
My pilgrim lips that they must use in prayer.
Well then, dear saint, let lips do what hands do. They pray, grant thou, lest faith turn to despair?
Saints not move, though grant for prayer's sake.
Then move not, on my prayer's effect I take. Thus, from my lips by yours my sin is purged.
Have from my lips the sin that they have took.
Sin from thy lips. No trespass sweetly urged, give me thy sin again.
You kiss by the book.
Madam, your mother craves a word with you.
What is her mother?
Mary Bachelor, her mother is a lady of the house, and a good lady, and a wise and virtuous. I nurse her daughter that you talked with all.
She, a Capulet. Oh, dear, account my lovers and my foes dead.
Hey, begone, the sport's at its
Aye,
best.
so I fear.
Come hither, nurse. What is yon gentleman?
The son and heir of old Tiberio.
No, one that's going out of the door.
Mary, I think of a young Petruchio.
No, the one that would not dance.
I know not.
Go ask his name. If he be married, my grave is like to be my wedding bed.
His name is Romeo, and a Montague, the only son of your great enemy.
My only love sprung from my only hate. Too early seen unknown and known too late.
Anon, come, let's away, the strangers all are gone.
And I move forward when my heart is still here. Turn back, dull earth. Find thy center out.
Romeo! My cousin! Romeo!
When my life had stolen him home to bed.
He ran this way and leave this orchard wall. Call, good Mercutio.
Nay, I'll conjure too. Romeo! Humors! Madman! Passion! Lover! Appear thou in the likeness of a sigh. Say but one rhyme, and I'm satisfied. Cry, but, ah me, pronounce but love, love. Speak to my gossip Venus one fair word. I conjure thee by Rosalind's bright eyes, her high forehead and her scarlet lip. And in thy likeness thou appear to us.
And if he hear thee, thou wilt anger him.
This cannot anger him. Should anger him to raise a spirit in his mistress's circle of some strange nature. I conjure but to raise him up.
Come, he hath hid himself among these trees, to be consorted with the humorous night. Blind is his love, best befits the dark.
Love be blind, love cannot hit the mark. Now, will he be under a medlar tree? Come, shall we go?
No then, it is in vain. To find him here, that means not to be found.
Yes, it's scars that never felt a wound. Soft. What light through yonder window breaks? 'Tis the east. Juliet is the sun. Oh, arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon who is already sick and pale with grief. Thou art her maid more fair than she. It is my lady. Oh, it is my love. Oh, that she knew she were. She smiles, but she says nothing. that. I will answer it. I am too bold. 'Tis not to me she speaks. Two of the fairest stars in all the heaven do, having some business, entreat her eyes to twinkle in their spheres till they return. Her eyes in heaven, but through the airy region stream so bright that birds would sing and think it were not night. See how she leans her cheek upon that hand. Oh, that I were a glove upon that hand, that I might touch that cheek.
Ay me.
She speaks. Oh, speak again, bright angel. For thou art as glorious to this night as is a winged messenger of heaven unto the white, upturned, wondering eyes.
Oh, Romeo, Romeo. Wherefore art thou, Romeo? Deny thy father and refuse thy name. Or if thou wilt not, be but sworn my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet.
I hear more. Shall I speak at this?
Tis but thy name that is my enemy. Thou art thyself, though not a Montague. What's Montague? It is nor hand, nor foot, nor arm, nor face, nor any other part belonging to a man. Oh, be some other name. What's in a name? That which we call a rose by any other name would smell as sweet. So Romeo would, were he not Romeo called.
I take thee at thy word. Call me but love, and I'll be new baptized. Henceforth I never will be Romeo.
What man art thou that thus screened in night so stumblest on my counsel?
By name, fair saint, I know not how to tell thee who I am. My name is hateful to myself, because it is an enemy to thee. Had I it written, I would tear the word.
My ears have not yet drunk 100 words of their tongue's utterance. Yet I know the sound. Art thou not Romeo, and a Montague?
Neither, fair saint, either thee dislike.
How camest thou hither? Tell me, and wherefore? The orchard walls are high and hard to climb, and the place death, considering who thou art. Any of my kinsmen do find thee here.
I have love's light wings that help me perch these walls. Stony limits cannot keep love out. Therefore what love can do dares love attempt. Thy kinsmen are no let to me.
They do see thee, they will murder thee.
Alack, there lies more peril in thine eye than 20 of their swords. Lookest thou but sweet, and I am proof against their enmity.
Not for the world they saw thee here.
I have night's cloak to hide me from their sight. And but thou love me, let them find me here. My life were better ended by their hate than death, prorogued wanting of thy love.
By whose direction foundest thou out this place?
By love. Who did first prompt me to inquire? He lent me counsel, and I lent him eyes. I'm no pilot. If thou wert washed as that vast shore from the farthest ocean, I would adventure for such merchandise.
Knowest the mask of night is on my face. Else would a maiden blush repaint my cheek for thou which stunned speak tonight. Fain dwell on form, fain deny. Farewell compliment. Gentle Romeo, if thou dost love, pronounce it faithfully. If thou thinkest I'm too quickly won, I'll frown and be perverse and say thee nay. In truth, fair Montague, I'm too fond. My true love's passion, therefore, pardon me.
By yonder blessed moon, I swear that tips with silver and all these fruit.
I do not swear. I have no joy of this contract tonight. It is too rash, too unadvised, too sudden, too like the lightning which does cease to be ere one can say it lightens. Sweet good night.
Or wilt thou leave me so unsatisfied?
What satisfaction canst thou have tonight?
The exchange of thy love's faithful vow for mine.
Thine before thou didst request it. My bounty is as boundless as the sea. My love is deep. The more I give to thee, the more I have. are infinite. I hear some noise within. Dear love, adieu. Stay but a little, I will come again.
Farewell, my love.
Three words, dear Romeo, and good night indeed. If that thy bent of love be honourable, send me word tomorrow by one I'll procure to come to thee.
Madam,
Come anon.
madam,
The grey-eyed morn smiles on the frowning night, checkering the eastern clouds with streaks of light, and flecks darkness like a drunkard reels from fourth day's path. Now, ere the sun advance his burning eye, the day to cheer and night's dank dew to dry, I must upfill this osier cage of ours with baleful weeds and precious juice flasks. The earth, that's nature's mother, is a tomb. What is the burying grave? That is a womb. How mickle is the powerful grace that lies in herbs, plants, stones, and their true qualities, for not so vile that on the earth doth live, but to the earth some special good doth give, nor aught so good but strained from that fair use, revolts from true birth, stumbling on abuse. Within the infant rind of this small flower, poison hath residence and medicine power. For this being smelt with that part cheers each part, being tasted slays all senses with the heart.
Good morrow, Father.
Benedicte, what early tongue so sweet saluted me? Young son, it argues a distempered head, so soon to bid good morrow to thy bed. Therefore thy earliness doth me assure thou art upbrowsed by some distemperature. Or if not so, then here I hit it right. Our Romeo hath not been in bed tonight.
That last is true. The sweeter rest was mine.
God pardon sin. Was thou with Rosalind?
With Rosalind, my ghostly father, no. I have forgot that name and that name's woe.
That's my good son. Now where hast thou been?
I'll tell thee, ere thou ask me again. I have been feasting with mine enemy, where on a sudden one had wounded me. That was by me wounded. Both are remedies within thy help and holy physic lies. I bear no hatred, sacred man, for lo, my intercession likewise steads my foe.
Be plain, good son, and homely in thy drift. Riddling confession finds but riddling shrift.
Then plainly know, my heart's dear love is set on the fair daughter of rich Capulet. As mine on hers, so hers is set on mine, and all combined save for what thou must combine through holy marriage. When and where and how we met, we wooed and made exchange of vow. I'll tell thee as we pass, but this I pray, that thou consent to marry us today.
Holy Saint Francis, what a change is here! Is Rosalind, whom thou didst love, so dear, so soon forsaken? Young men's love then lies not truly in their heart, but in their eyes. Jesu Maria, What a deal of brine hath washed thy sallow cheeks for Rosalind? How much salt water thrown away in waste to season love that of it doth not taste? Lo, here upon thy cheek the stain doth sit of an old tear that is not washed off yet. If thou wast thyself and these woes thine, thou and these woes were all for Rosalind.
Thou chidest me oft for loving Rosalind,
For doting, not for loving, pupil mine.
and badest me bury love.
And not in a grave to lay one in, another out to have.
I pray thee, chide not. She whom I love now doth grace for grace and love for love allow. The other did not so.
In one respect I'll thy assistant be, for this alliance may so happy prove to turn your households rancor to pure love.
I pray thee, stand on sudden haste.
Wisely and slow they stumble that run fast.
Where the devil should this Romeo be? Came he not home tonight?
Fathers, I spoke to his man.
Ah, same pale, hard-hearted wretch that Rosalind torments him so that he will surely run mad.
Tybalt, the kinsman of all Capulet, had sent a letter to his father's house.
A challenge on my life.
Romeo will answer it.
Any man that may write a letter may answer it.
Nay, he will answer the letter's master. How he dares, being dared.
Ah, poor Romeo is already dead. Stabbed with a white wench's black eye, shot through the ear. Love song. And is he a man to encounter Tybalt?
Why? What is Tybalt?
Oh, that a prince of cats, I can tell you. He is the courageous captain of compliments, a gentleman of the very first house of the first and the second course. Ah, the immortal Paisan, the punta rebassa, the high.
What?
Talks of such antic lisping, affecting fantastic oaths, the fine tuners of new accents. By Jesu, very good blade, very tall man, a very good fall. Why is this not a lamentable thing, grandsire, that we should be thus afflicted with these fashions?
Here comes Romeo! Here comes Romeo!
Without his roe, like a dried herring. Oh flesh, how art thou fishified? Signor Romeo, bonjour. There's a friend's salutation to your friend Slop. You gave us the counterfeit fairly last night.
Tomorrow, gentlemen, what counterfeit did I give you?
The slip, sir, the slip. Can you not conceive?
Pardon, good Mercutio. My business was great. In such a case as mine, a man may strain courtesy.
A case as yours constrains a man to bow in the hams.
Meaning to curtsy?
Thou hast most kindly hit it.
Most courteous exposition.
Nay, I'm the very pink of courtesy.
Pink for flower?
Right.
Ah, then is my pomp well flowered.
Well said. Now, follow me on this jest now, till thou hast worn out thy pomp, that when the single soul of it is wown, the jest may remain, wearing soul singular.
Well, single soul, jest solely singular for the singleness.
Good Benvolio, come between us, my wits faint.
Ha, switch in spurs, or I'll cry a match.
Nay, if thy wits run the wild goose chase, I have done. But thou hast more of the wild goose in one of thy wits than I have in my whole 5. Was I with you there for the goose?
Thou wast never with me for anything if thou wast not there for the goose.
I will bite thee by the ear for that jest.
Good goose, bite not.
Thy wit, the very bitter sweeting, it's a most sharp sauce.
And is it not best served unto a sweet goose?
Oh, here's a wit of Cheerful that stretches from an inch narrow to an ell broad.
I stretch it out for that word. Broad, which added to the goose proves thee far and wide a broad goose.
Why is this not better than groaning for love? Now art thou Romeo, now art thou sociable, now art thou what thou art, by art as well as by nature. For this great drivelling love is a great natural.
Stop there! Stop there!
How desirous me to stop in my tail against the hair?
Thou wouldst else have made thy tail large.
Oh, thou art deceived. I would have made it short. For when I was to come to the whole depth of my tail, I meant to occupy the argument no longer.
Yes, goodly gear.
Gentlemen, can any of you tell me where I may find young Romeo?
I can tell you. But young Romeo will be older when thou hast first sought him than when thou found him.
You say well. I will keep to myself. But first, let me tell ye, if ye should lead her into fool's paradise, as they say, for the gentlewoman is young, and truly if ye should deal double, 'twere an ill thing to be offered to any gentlewoman.
Lend me to thy ladiness. I protest unto thee.
Romeo, will you come to your father's? We'll to dinner thither.
I will follow you.
Farewell, ancient lady, farewell.
Good heart and in faith, I will tell her so. Lord, Lord, she will be a joyful woman.
What wilt thou tell her, nurse?
I will tell her, sir, that you do protest, which I take as a gentlemanlike offer.
Bid her devise some means to shrift tomorrow afternoon. For there shall she be married, Friar Lawrence's cell. Here is for thy pains.
No, truly, sir, not a penny. My mistress is the sweetest lady. Lord, Lord, when 'twas a little flirting thing. Oh, there is a nobleman in town, one Paris, but she, good soul, has fain laid knife aboard. Doth not Rosemary and Romeo both begin with her letter?
Both with the letter R, what of that?
Ah, mock her, R is for the door. Now I know it begins with another letter. She had the prettiest intentions of it, you and Rosemary. That would do you good to hear it.
Pray thee, nurse, take me to thy lady.
Aye, 1,000 times.
Clock struck 9 when I did send the nurse. In half an hour she promised to return. Chance she cannot meet, and that's not so. How love's heralds should be thoughts which 10 times faster glide than sun's beams, driving back shadows over lowering hills. Had she warm and youthful blood, she would be as swift in motion as a ball, and my words would bandy her to my sweet love, and his to me. But old folks, many fain as they were dead, unwieldy, slow, heavy, and pale as lead. Oh God, she comes. Oh honey nurse, what news? Hast thou met with him? Oh good sweet nurse. Oh Lord, why lookest thou sad? Though news be sad, yet tell them merrily. Good thou shamest the music of sweet news by playing it to me with so sour a face.
I am weary. Give me leave a while. Can you not see how my bones ache?
I would thou hadst my bones and I thy news. Nay, come, speak, good nurse, speak.
Just what haste? Do you not see that I'm out of breath?
How art thou out of breath when thou hast breath to say to me that thou art out of breath?
Well, you have made a simple choice. You know not how to choose a man. Romeo, no, not he. Though his face be better than any man's, yet I warrant his leg excels all men's, and for a hand and a foot and a body, though they not be talked on, are past compare. Go thy ways, wench. Serve God. What? No. Have you dined at home?
Oh no, but all this did I know before. Says he of our marriage. What of that?
Oh, how my head aches. What a head have I. Beats as would fall in 20 pieces. My back, bestow your heart for sending me about.
In faith, I am sorry that thou art not well. Sweet, sweet, sweet nurse, tell me, what says my love?
Your love says, like an honest gentleman, and a courteous and a kind, and I warrant a virtuous. Where is your mother?
Where is my mother? Where she is within. How oddly thou repliest. Your love says, like an honest gentleman. Where is your mother?
God's lady, dear, are you so hot? Henceforward do your messages yourself.
Oh, here's such a coil. Come, what says Romeo?
Have you got leave to go to shrift today?
I have.
Then hie you hence to Friar Lawrence's cell. There stays a husband to make you a wife. Oh, now comes the wanton blood up in your cheeks. There be scarlet straight at any news. Hie you to church, I must another way. I am the drudge and toil in your delight. But you shall bear the burden soon at night.
Hie to high fortune, honest nurse, farewell.
So smile the heavens upon this holy act, that after ours with sorrow chide us not.
Amen. Amen. Come what sorrow cannot countervail the effect of joy that one short minute gives me in her sight. Do thou but join our hands with holy words, then love devouring death do what he dare. 'Tis enough that I may but call her mine.
These violent delights have violent ends, and in their triumph die like fire and powder, which as they kiss consume. Therefore, love moderately. Long love doth so. Too swift arrives as tardy as too slow. Here comes the lady.
Even to my ghostly confessor.
Romeo shall thank thee, daughter, for us both.
Juliet. If the effect of thy love be greater than mine, then sweeten thy air with this neighbor air. Then thy tongue shall fill this air with sweet things, and we must find ways to enjoy this delightful evening.
Eat more rich in matter than in words, rags of a substance, not of ornament. They are but beggars that can count their worth.
Come with me, and we will make short work. For by your leave, you shall not stay alone till Holy Church incorporate 2 in 1.
I pray thee, good Mercutio, let's retire. The day is hot, the Capulets abroad.
Thou art like one of those fellows when he enters the confines of a tavern, slaps me sword upon the table and says, God send me no need of thee.
Am I like such a fellow?
Come, thou art as hot a jack in thy mood as any in Italy, and as soon moved to be moody, and as soon moody to be moved.
And what two?
Nay, and there were 2 such. We should have none shortly, for one would kill the other. Why wouldst thou quarrel with a man who hath a hair more, or a hair less in his beard than thou hast? And I but such an eye would spy out such a quarrel. And thy head is beaten as idle as an egg from quarreling. Didst thou not fall out with the tailor for wearing his new doublet before Easter? And thou wilt tutor me from quarrelling.
I was so apt to quarrel as thou art. Any man should buy the fee simple of my life for an hour and a quarter.
A fee simple, oh simple.
By my head, here come the Capulets.
By my heel I care not.
Follow me close, for I will speak to them. Gentlemen, good den. A word with one of you.
And but one word with one of us. Couple it with something, make it a word and a blow.
You will find me apt enough to that, sir. And you will give me occasion.
Could you not take some occasion without giving?
Mercutio, thou consortest with Romeo.
Consort! Here's my fiddlestick that'll make you dance. Zounds, consort!
Talk here in a public haunt of men. Either withdraw into some private place and reason coldly of our grievances, or else depart, ere all eyes gaze upon us.
Will peace be with you, sir? Here comes my man.
Oh, he'll be hanged, sir, if you wear your livery. Marry go to field, he'll be your follower.
Romeo, the hate I bear thee can afford no better word than this. Thou art a villain.
Tybalt, the love that I bear thee doth much excuse the appertaining rage to such a greeting. Villain am I none, therefore farewell.
Boy, this shall not excuse the injuries that thou hast done me. Therefore turn and draw.
I do protest I never injured thee, but loved thee more than thou canst devise, until thou know the reason of my love. So Capulet, the name I tender as dearly as my own, satisfy.
Oh, come, dishonorable, vile submission. Tybalt, you rat catcher, will you walk?
What wouldst thou have it?
Oh, good king of cats, nothing but one of your 9 lives.
Mercutio, the prince hath forbidden banding in Verona streets.
I'm hurt. I'm sped. A plague on both your houses. Take me into some home, or I will surely faint.
Courage, man, the hurt cannot be much.
Go and fetch me a surgeon.
Take his feet. Tybalt, thou hast been my kinsman. Now, Juliet, thy love hath softened valor's steel.
Romeo, brave Mercutio's dead.
Alive in triumph. Mercutio, slain. Rest in peace, spective lenity. Fire-eyed fury be made my conduct now. Tybalt, the Mercutio's soul is but a little way above our heads. Either thou, or I, or both must go with him.
Thou wretched boy, that didst consort with him here, shalt with him hence.
This shall determine that.
Romeo, away! Begone! The citizens are up, and Tybalt slain. Stand not amazed. The prince shall do thee death if thou art caught. Begone!
Oh,
away!
I'm fortune's fool.
Where are the vile beginners of this fray?
The noble prince, I can discover all. The unlucky manage of this fatal brawl. There lies the man, slain by young Romeo, who took the life of thy kinsman, Mercutio. An envious thrust from Tybalt hid the life of stout Mercutio, and then Tybalt fled. But by and by comes back to Romeo, who had but newly entertained revenge. And as he fled, as he fell, Romeo turn and fly. This is the truth. I'll let Benvolio die.
And for that offense, we shall exile him hence.
Spread thy close curtain, love-performing night, that runaway's eyes may wink and Romeo leap to these arms, talked of and unseen. Come, civil knight, thou sober-suited matron, all in black, and learn me how to lose a winning match. Come, night, come, Romeo, come thou day and night. Thou wilt lie upon the wings of night, whiter than new snow on a raven's back. Come, night, come, gentle, loving, black-browed night, give me my Romeo. He shall die. Take him and cut him out in little stars. He shall make the face of heaven so fine that all the world will be in love with night. Pay no worship to the garish sun. Here comes my nurse, and she brings news. And every tongue that speaks but Romeo's name speaks heavenly eloquence. Ay me, what news? Why dost thou wring thy hands?
Oh, well a day. He's dead, he's dead, he's dead. We are undone, lady, we are undone. Alack the day, he's gone, he's killed, he's dead.
Can heaven be so envious?
Romeo can, though heaven cannot. Oh, Romeo, Romeo, who would have ever thought it? Romeo,
what devil art thou that dost torment me? Hath Romeo slain himself? Say thou but I. If he hath been slain, say I, or if not, no.
I saw the wound, I saw it with mine eyes. Here on his manly breast, all in gold blood, I swooned at the sight.
Break my heart, poor bankrupt, break it once. Thou and Romeo will press one heavy bier.
Oh, Tybalt, Tybalt, the best friend I had. Courteous Tybalt, honest gentleman, that ever I should live to see thee dead.
What storm is this that blows so contrary? Is Romeo slaughtered and is Tybalt dead? Who is living if those two are gone?
Tybalt is killed and Romeo is banished. Romeo that killed him is banished.
Oh God, did Romeo's hand shed Tybalt's blood?
It did. Alack the day, it did.
Serpent-hearted with a flowering face. Beautiful tyrant, fiend angelical, tough-feathered raven, wolvish ravening lamb, damned saint and honorable villain. When thou didst bow the spirit of a fiend, such moral paradise of such sweet flesh.
There's no trust, no faith, and no honesty in men. Oh, perjured, these griefs, these woes, and these sorrows make me old. Shame come to Romeo.
Blessed be thy tongue for such a wish. Romeo was not born to shame. Upon him, shame is a shame to sit. What beast was I to chide at him?
Will you speak well of him that killed your cousin?
I speak ill of him that is my husband. I, thy 3 hours wife, have mangled thy name. But wherefore, villain, didst thou kill my cousin? The villain cousin that would have killed my husband. Pack foolish tears back to your native spring. My husband lives that Tybalt would have slain, and Tybalt is dead that would have slain my husband. Wherefore weep I then? Romeo is banished. That one word banished hath slain 10,000 Tybalts. Tybalt's death was woe enough if it had ended there. But Romeo is banished. To say that is to speak that father, mother, Tybalt, Romeo, Juliet, all slain, all dead. Romeo is banished. Where is my father and mother in this?
Weeping and wailing over Tybalt's cause. Will you go to them? I will bring you thither.
Wash they his wound with tears. I will once theirs are dry, for Romeo is exiled. I'll to my wedding bed, and death not Romeo take my maidenhead.
Hie you to your chamber. I'll find Romeo to comfort you. I wot well where he is. He is hid at Lawrence's cell.
Oh, bid him to take his last farewell.
Romeo! Romeo, come forth! Come forth, thou fearful man! Affliction is enamored of thy parts, and thou art wedded to calamity.
Friar, what news? What of the prince's doom? What great sorrow craves acquaintance of my hand that I yet know not?
Too familiar is my dear son with such sore company. I bring thee tidings of the prince's doom.
What less than doomsday is the prince's doom?
A gentler judgment vanished from his lips. Not body's death, but body's banishment.
Banishment. Merciful, say death, for exile hath more terror in his look than death. Speak not of banishment.
Hence from Verona art thou vanished. Be patient, for the world is broad and wide.
There is no world beyond Verona walls. But purgatory, torture, and hell itself. Hence banished from the world, and world's exile is death. Banishment is death mistermed. Speak not of banishment.
O deadly sin! O rude unthankfulness! Thy fault our law calls death, and the kind prince, taking thy part, hath rushed aside the law and turned that black word death to banishment.
Torture, not mercy. Heaven is here. Juliet lives, and every little cat and dog, and every little meaningless thing that look upon Juliet and smile, but Romeo cannot, because Romeo is banished. Hence do not say banished, thou art a holy man, a sin absolver, and my friend professed. Do not mangle me with that word banished.
The fond madman. Hear me but speak a word.
Thou wouldst talk again of banishment.
I'll give the armor to keep off that word. Adversities, sweet milk, philosophy to comfort thee. Thou art banished.
Yet banished? Speak not of philosophy, unless philosophy can bring back a Juliet, reverse thy doom, take back a banishment. It hurts not, it perceives not, speak no more.
I see that madmen have no ears.
How can they when wise men have no eyes?
Let me dispute of thee of thy estate.
Do not speak of what dost thou not know. If thou wert me, and are but married, Juliet thy love, Tybalt murdered, then thou mightst thou speak, then mightest thou tear out thy hair and fall upon thy ground as I do now, making the bark of an unmade grave.
Arise. One knocks. Good Romeo, hide thyself. Hark, how they knock. Who is there? Thou wilt be taken. Stay a while. By and by, God's will. What simpleness this is. I come. Who knocks so hard? Whence come you? What's your will?
Let me in and you will know my errand. I come from Lady Juliet.
Welcome, then.
Oh, holy friar, tell me, holy friar, where is my lord's lady? Where's Romeo?
There, with his own tears made drunk.
Oh, he is even in my mistress's case, just in her case. Oh, woeful sympathy. Stand up, stand up, stand and be a man. For Juliet's sake, stand up.
Nurse.
Ah, sir, well, that's the end of all.
How is Juliet? Speakest thou to her? How is she? How doth she? And does she not think me an old murderer?
She says nothing, sir, but weeps and falls on her bed and starts up, and Tybalt calls, and on Romeo cries, and down she falls again.
Then I see what must need to be done. Tell me, Friar, how doth I end my own life? For there's no reason more for me to live.
Hold thy desperate hand. Art thou a man? Thy form cries out thou art. Thy tears are womanish. Thy wild acts denote the unreasonable fury of a beast, unseemly woman in a seeming man. Thou hast amazed me by holy order. I thought thy disposition better tempered. Hast thou slain Tybalt? Wilt thou slay thyself and stay thy lady too that lives in thee? Fie, thou shamest thy shape, thy love, thy wit, which like a usurer aboundest in all. Thy noble shape is but a form of wax, digressing from the valor of a man, thy dear love sown but hollow perjury. What roused thee, man? Thy Juliet is alive, for whose dear sake thou wast but lately dead. There art thou happy. Tybalt would kill thee, but thou slewest Tybalt. There art thou happy too. The law that threatens death becomes thy friend and turns it to exile. There art thou happy. Happiness coats thee in her best array, but like a misbehaved and sullen wench, thou poutest upon thy fortune and thy love. Take heed, for those die miserable. Go, get thee to thy love, as was decreed, to blaze your marriage, reconcile your friends, beg pardon of the prince, and call thee back with 1,000 more joy than thou went forth in lamentation. Go before nurse, commend me to thy lady. Romeo is coming.
Oh Lord, what good counsel is and what good learning is, I will tell my lady.
Bid me nurse, take me to thy lady.
Aye, you make haste, it grows very late.
Go hence. Good night, and here stands all your state. Either be gone before the watch be set, or by the break of the day disguise from hence, Sergeant to Mantua. I'll find your man, and he shall signify from time to time every good hap that chances there. Give me thy hand. 'Tis late. Farewell. Good night.
Thank you, Father. Thank you. What a grief it is that our meeting is so brief. Farewell.
Farewell. Good night.
Wilt thou be gone? It is not yet near day. It was the nightingale that sang so out of tune, not the lark. Believe me, love, it was the nightingale.
It was the lark. Look, love, what envious streaks do lace the cloud. Night's candles are burnt out. I must be gone and live, or stay and die.
Your night is not daylight. I know it. It is a meteor that the sun exhales and light thee on thy way to Mantua.
Be taken. Let me be put to rest. I'll say yon light is not daylight. Come, death, and welcome. Juliet wills it so. Come, let's talk. It is not day.
I hence be gone away. It is the lark that sings so out of tune, not the nightingale. Oh, go.
Farewell, love. One kiss and I'll descend.
Art thou gone so?
I will not forget to write thee. Our woe shall serve for sweet discourses from our time to come.
God, I have an ill divining soul. Methinks I see thee dead as in the bottom of a tomb. Either my eyesight fails or thou lookest pale.
Trust me, love, in my eyes so do you. Thy sorrow hath sucked our blood. Adieu, adieu.
Oh, daughter, are you up?
Who is it that calls? Is it my lady mother? Down so late or up so early? What unaccustomed cause procures her hither?
Why, how now, Juliet?
Madam, I'm not well.
Evermore weeping for your cousin's death. What? Wilt thou wash him from his grave with tears?
Yet let me weep for such a feeling loss.
So shall you feel the loss, but not the friend that you for. Well, girl, thou weepest not so much for his death as that villain lives which slaughtered him.
What villain, madam?
That same villain, Romeo.
Villain? And he may be many miles asunder. God pardon him, I do with all my heart. And yet no man like he grieve my heart.
That is because that traitor murderer lives.
Aye, madam, with the reach of these my hands, none but I have vengeance for his death.
We will have vengeance for it. Fear thou not. And weep no more. I'll send to one in Mantua where that same banished runagate Romeo doth live.
Indeed, I shall never be satisfied with Romeo till I behold him dead. Madam, if you could find a man who could bear a poison, I would temper it. And Romeo, soon upon receipt, sleep in quiet.
Find thou the means, and I'll find such a man. But now, I'll tell thee joyful tidings, girl.
Well, joy comes well such a needy time.
Well, thou hast a careful father, child, one who, to put thee from thy heaviness, hath sorted out a sudden day of joy, which thou expectest not, nor I look not for.
Madam, in happy time, what day is that?
Marry, my child, early next Thursday morn, the young, gallant, and noble gentleman, the county Paris, at St. Peter's Church, shall happily make thee their joyful bride.
By St. Peter's Church, and by Peter too, he shall not make me there a joyful bride. I pray you, madam, you tell my lord and father that I shall not be married yet, and when I do, I swear it shall be Romeo, whom you know I hate, rather than Paris. These are news indeed.
Here comes your father. Tell him so yourself, and see how he will take it at your hands.
Why, how now, wife? Have you delivered to her our decree?
Aye, sir, but she will none. She gives you thanks. I would the fool were married to her grave.
Soft. Take me with you. Take me with you, wife. Is she not proud? Should she not be blessed? And worthy as she is, we wrought to her a worthy gentleman to be her bridegroom.
Not proud I have, but thankful that I have. Proud I can never be of what I hate. But thankful even for hate. That is meant love.
Why, how now, chopped love? What is this? I'm proud, not proud. I thank thee not, you mistress minion, you! Who will find thyself ready by Thursday, will go with Paris to St. Peter's Church, or I will drag thee on a hurdle thither. Now out, green sickness carry. Out, young baggage, out. Tallow-faced woman.
Why, what are you, mad?
Father, I beseech you on my knees. Hear me with patience, but to speak a word.
Hang thee, young baggage, you disobedient wretch!
God in heaven.
I tell thee that you shall find thyself ready by Thursday, or never see my face.
You are to blame, my lord, to rate her.
Why, how now, Lady Wisdom, hold thy tongue. Good prudence matter with your gossip elsewhere.
I speak no
Oh,
treason.
God ye, God then.
May not one speak?
Mumbling fool,
Too harsh.
a gentleman of noble parent, of fair and youthfully trained. One proportion to be a man as one would wish, and then to have this wretched puling fool answer, I will not wed. I am too young. I will pardon thee if thou not wed. Because by my soul, I will never speak to thee. Nothing that belongs to me will ever do thee good. And mark my words, I shall not be forsown.
On Thursday, sir. The time is very short.
My father Capulet will have it so. And I am nothing slow to slack his haste.
You say you do not know the lady's mind. Uneven is the course. I like it not.
Moderately. She weeps for Tybalt's death, and therefore every little talked of love. Now tell me, what is the reason for this haste?
I knew not why it should be slowed. Look, sir, here comes the lady towards my cell.
Ah, happily met by my lady and my wife.
That may be so, and I may be a wife.
That maybe, must be, on Thursday next.
What must be shall be.
That's a certain text.
Come you to make confession to this father?
To answer that, I should confess to you.
Oh, but do not deny to him that you love me.
I will confess to you that I love him.
Aye, so will ye. I'm sure that you love me.
If I do so, it will be more of a price being spoken behind your back than to your face.
Thy face is much abused with tears.
The tears have got small victory by that.
How wrong sit more than tears with that report.
That is no slander, sir, which is the truth. And what I spake it to my face.
Thy face is mine, and thou hast slandered it.
My face is not mine own.
My leisure serves me, pensive daughter, now. My lord, we must entreat the time alone.
Oh, God shield I should disturb devotion. Julius, on Thursday early will I rouse thee. Until then, adieu. Keep this holy kiss.
Shut the door. And when thou hast done so, come weep with me. Past hope, past cure, past help.
Juliet, I already know thy grief. It strains me past the compass of my wits. I hear thou must, and nothing may prorogue it on Thursday. Next be married to this county.
Tell me not, Friar, that thou hearest of this, unless thou tell me how I may prevent it.
Hold, daughter. I do spy a kind of hope, which craves as desperate an execution. If rather than to marry County Paris, thou hast the strength of will to slay thyself, then is it likely thou wilt undertake a thing like death to chide away the shame.
Chain me with roaring bears, bid me lurk where serpents are. Without fear or doubt.
Hold, daughter. Give consent to marry Paris. Wednesday is tomorrow. Tomorrow night. Look that thou lie alone. Let not thy nurse lie with thee in thy chamber. Take thou this vial. Being then in bed, and this distilled liquor, drink thou off, when presently through all thy veins shall run a cold and drowsy humor, for no pulse shall keep his native progress, but surcease. No warmth, no breath shall testify thou livest. The roses in thy lips and cheeks shall fade to paly ashes. Thy eyes' windows fall like death, when he shuts up the day of life, thou shalt continue 42 hours, and then awake as from a pleasant sleep. Now, when the bridegroom in the morning comes to rouse thee from thy bed, there art thou dead. And then, as in the manner of our country is, in thy best robes uncovered on the bier shall Romeo know our drift, and hither shall he come, and he and I will watch thy waking. And that very night shall Romeo bear thee hence to Mantua. Hold, get you gone. Be strong and prosperous in this resolve. I'll send a friar with speed to Mantua with thy letters to my lord.
Why, how now, my headstrong? Where have you been gadding? I call thy county, tell him of this. I shall have this knot knit up tomorrow morning. And, by Mary, I say, call him hither. Lord Friar, for him the county is bound to it. Ask thy mother to help thy up for your marriage. For my daughter has been reclaimed.
tears, and yet he thinks that we should not. But yet still we try the holy man. Oh, wait before Romeo come to redeem me, there's a fearful point. For if I live this is not very night, but the conceit of death and night, together with the terror of the place. Waking the tyrant, loathsome smells and shrieks like mandrakes torn out of the earth, and many mortals run mad. Please see my cousin's ghost. Still home, did spit his bone upon rapiers. Stay, they're both. Stay! Romeo, here I come. This I drink to thee.
Mistress, what mistress? Fast I warned her she. Mistress, fie you slug-a-bed. Why love I say, madam, sweetheart. Sleep for a week, for the next night the county Paris had set up his rest, that you shall rest but little. I must needs wake you. What, rest? Down again? In your clothes? I must needs wake you. Lady. Lady. Lady! Alas, alas, help! Help, my lady's dead! Oh, the day was I ever born! Oh, some water, oh, my lord, my lady!
What noise is here?
Oh, lamentable day!
What is the matter?
Oh, look, look, oh, heavy day!
Oh, me. Oh, me, my child. My only life. Revive. Look up, or I will die with thee. Help! Help! Call help!
For shame, bring Juliet forth, her lord is here.
Alack the day, she's dead, she's dead.
Let me see her out. She is frozen. Blood is cold. Joints are frozen. Life has long been a stranger to these lips.
Oh, woeful day, oh, woeful day, that a day was I ever born. Oh, day, oh, day.
Lack the day. She's dead. She's dead. She's dead.
That had tends to make me wail. Holds my tongue and I cannot speak.
Come, is the bride ready to go to church?
Ready to go, yes, but never to return. Oh, son, that had thine lain with thy wife the night before thy wedding.
Long have I thought to see this day. Never would I think the morning would turn like this.
Cursed, unhappy, wretched, hateful day. The most miserable hour that time I saw.
Guileless, wronged, corpse, slain. Most of all, most detestable death, beguiled.
My child, my child, my soul, not my child. She is dead, alack. She is dead.
Peace, peace, oh, for shame. Confusion's cure lives not in these confusions. Heaven and yourself had part in this fair maid. Now heaven hath all, and all the better is it for the maid. Your part in her you could not keep from death. Heaven keeps his part in eternal life. The most you sought was her promotion, but it was heaven she should be advanced, and weep you now, seeing she's advanced. Though fond nature bids us a lament, yet nature's tears are reason's merriment.
Change everything from festival in office to black funeral. Change everything to die contrary.
Sir, go you in. Go you in, and madam, go with him. And go, Sir Paris. Everyone prepare to follow this fair course onto her grave.
If I may but trust the flattering truth of sleep, that my dreams presage some joyful news at hand. My son's bosom sits lightly on his throne, yet all of a sudden an unaccustomed guest lifts me above the ground and fills my head with cheerful thoughts. I dreamt my lady came and found me dead. Strange dream, one that makes a woeful man such as myself think. And then she came and woke me with the sweetest of kisses. Ah, love, who even but a shadow doth fill my head with joy. What a thing is love! So full of joy. Ah, news from Verona. How now, Balthasar? Dost thou not bring me letters from the Friar? How doth my lady? Oh, is my father well? Fares my Juliet? That I ask again. For nothing can be ill if she be well.
Then nothing can be ill, and she is well. Her body sleeps, Capel's monument, and her immortal part, the angels lives. I saw her laid down in her kindred's vault, and presently took post to tell it you. Oh, pardon me for bringing these ill news, since you did leave it for my office, sir.
Is it even so? Then I defy you, stars! Thou knowest my lodging. Fetch me ink and paper and hire post horses. I will hence tonight.
I beseech you, sir, have patience. Your looks are pale and wild.
Hush, thou art deceived. Leave me be, and do the thing I bid thee do. Dost thou now bring me letters from the Friar?
No, my good lord.
No matter, get thee gone, and hire those horses. I will be with thee straight. Well, Juliet, I will lie with thee tonight. Now let's see for means. Oh, mischief, thou art so swift to enter the minds of desperate men. I do remember an apothecary, and hereabouts he dwells, and his looks are covered with tattered weeds and pigs' heads, and if a man did need a poison now, here lives a caitiff wretch who would sell it him. taking holiday. The beggar's shop is shut. Oh, what ho, apothecary!
Who calls so loud?
Come hither, man. 'Tis clear that thou art poor. Hold. Here is 40 ducats. Let me have a dram of poison, that the life-weary taker may spread across his veins and disperse itself, cutting off our life and death. That it shoot itself across the land like a fire cannon that hurry from a fatal cannon's womb.
Such mortal drugs I have, but Mantua's law is death to any he that utters them.
Art thou so bare and full of wretchedness? Starvation hangs upon thy cheek, tear and salvation hangs upon thy back. The world affords no law to make thee rich. Therefore, break it and take this.
My poverty, but not my will, consents.
I pay thy poverty and not thy will.
Put this in any liquid thing you will, and drink it off. And if you had the strength of 20 men, it would dispatch you straight.
There is thy gold. Where's poison to men's souls? Doing more murders in this loathsome world. Farewell. Come, cordial and not poison. Come with me to Juliet's grave. There must I use thee.
Holy Franciscan Friar, Brother Ho.
That same should be the voice of Friar John. Welcome to Mantua. What says Romeo? Or if his mind be writ, give me his letter.
Going to find barefoot brother out here in the city, searchers of the town, so fearful that we were in the home where the infectious pestilence did reign, sealed up the doors and would not let us forth. So my speed to Mantua there was stayed.
Who bore my letter to Romeo?
I could not do it. Here it is again, nor find a messenger to bring it to thee. So fearful were they of infection.
Oh, unhappy fortune. The letter was not nice, but full of charge of dear import, and neglecting it would do much danger. Friar John, go hence, get me an iron crow, and bring it straight unto my cell.
Brother, I'll go bring it to thee.
Now must I to the monument alone. In 3 hours will fair Juliet wake. She will beshrew me much that Romeo hath had no notice of this accident. I'll write again to Mantua. and keep her at my cell till Romeo come.
Hold, takest thou this letter? Early in the morning see thou deliver it to my father. Wherever thou goest or lookest, do not interrupt me in my course, to take thence from her dead finger a ring. A ring I must use in dear employment. Therefore, be gone.
I will go, sir, and not trouble you.
Takest thou this, thy friendship, live long and be prosperous. Farewell, Balthasar.
For all this sin, I'll hide me hereabouts. His looks I fear, his intents I doubt.
Hope, love, life, and all that follows me to this monument. Death and starvation hangs here. If I could do anything, I would cram thee with more food.
That is, that banished haughty Montague, that murdered my wife's cousin. Which grief is supposed the fair creature died. Now has come to do some villainous shame to the dead bodies. I will apprehend him. Stop thy unhallowed toil, vile Montague. Can vengeance be pursued even after death? Come at once. Thou must die.
Faith, I must. But 'tis not for thee to decide when. I pray thee, come not here. This lodging is not for thou art. Put not another sin upon my back. I pray thee, be gone at once. And if anyone ask, say, a madman bade thee mercy.
Oh, I do defy thy conjurations, and apprehend thee for a felon thou art.
Thou provoke me, boy, and have at thee.
Oh, I am slain. Thou have mercy. Marry me with Juliet.
I will. Let me peruse this face. Mercutio's kinsman, the noble County Paris. Said my man as we rode. I think he told me Paris should have married Juliet. Said he not so? Or did I dream it so? Or am I mad, hearing him talk of Juliet? Oh, my love, my wife. Death, that had sucked the honey of thy lips, has had no effect on thy beauty. Flies and mortals and all that live here had yet not made thee any less fair. O Tybalt, I wish we could have done things differently. Forgive me, cousin, but we will meet again. Oh, Juliet, here I come to be with thee forever, for this This shall be my last lodging. Here will I set up my everlasting rest. Here will I sleep once more. So all I can say is my hands shall have their last embrace. My lips, my lips, the door of breath shall have one last kiss. Here's to my love. Apothecary, thy drugs are quick. But I shall have myself one last kiss, and thus, with a kiss, I die.
Saint Francis, be my speed. Who's there?
Here's one, a friend, and one that knows you well.
Bliss be upon you. What torch burneth in Capel's monument?
That's so, holy sir. There lies my master.
Who is it?
Romeo.
How long hath he been there?
For half an hour.
Come with me to the vault. Romeo! Oh, pale. And Paris too, steeped in blood. Oh, lack the day. What an unkind hour is this. The lady stirs.
Friar, I do remember well where I should be. There I am. Where is my lord?
I hear some noise. Lady, go with me. I'll dispose of thee among our sisterhood of holy nuns. Come with me. Thy husband in thy bosom lies there dead, and Paris too. Come with me. Go, good Juliet. I dare no longer stay. Come with me.
Go, get thee hence, or I will not away. What's here? A cup enclosed in my true love's hand. How chill, drunk all, and left float friendly drop for me. Then I'll be brief. Happy dagger, this is thy sheath. There rust, and let me die.
What misadventure so early up that calls our person from our morning's rest?
The people of the street cry Romeo, some Juliet and some Paris, and all run with open outcry to our monument.
What fear is this, which startles in our ears? Search, seek, and know how this foul murder comes.
Oh me, sight of this death is as hell, and wants my old age to a sepulchre.
Come, Montague, for thou art early up to see thy son and thy heir more early down.
Alas, my liege, my wife is dead tonight. Grief of her son's exile has stopped her breath. What more foe conspires against a man my age?
Look, and thou shalt see.
I am the greatest, able to do least, yet most suspected, as the time and place doth make against me of this direful murder. And here I stand, both to impeach and purge my self-contempt and my self-excuse. I will be brief, for my short state of breath is not so long as is a tedious tale. Romeo, their dead, was husband to that Juliet, and she, their dead, was Romeo's faithful wife. I married them, and their stolen marriage day was Tybalt's doomsday, whose untimely death banished the new-made bridegroom from the city, for whom, and not for Tybalt, Juliet pined you to remove that siege of grief from her, betrothed and would have married to County Paris. Then comes she to me, and with wild looks bid me devise some mean to rid her from this second marriage. Or in my cell there would she kill herself. Then gave I her, so tutored by my art, a sleeping potion, which so took effect as I intended, for it brought on her the form of death. Meantime I writ to Romeo that he should hither come and help me to take her from the very grave, being the time the potion's force would cease. But he, who bore my letter, Friar John, was stayed by accident, and yesterday night returned my letters back. Then all alone at the prefixed hour of her waking, came I to take her from the Kindred's vault, meaning to keep her closely at my cell till I conveniently could send to Romeo. But when I came, here lies untimely the noble Paris, and true Romeo dead. She wakes, and I entreated her, come forth and bear this work of heaven with patience. And then a noise did scare me from the tomb, and she too desperate would not go with me, and as it seems did violence on herself. All this I know, and to the marriage her nurse is privy. If aught in this miscarried by my fault, let my old life be sacrificed some hour before his time unto the rigor of severest law.
Still have known thee for a holy man. Where is Romeo's man? What can he say in this?
I brought my master news of Juliet's death. Then in post he came from Mantua to this same place, to this same monument. This letter he early bid me give his father, and threatened me with death going into the vault. I departed not, and left him there.
This letter doth make good the friar's words. Where be these enemies? Capulet, Montague, see what a scourge is laid upon your hate, that heaven finds means to kill your joys with love.
Give me thy hand, brother. This is my daughter's jointure, for no more can I demand. As rich shall Romeo by ladies lie, poor sacrifices of our enmity. Some shall be pardoned, and some punished. Never was a story of more woe than that Juliet and of Romeo.
1, 2, 3, everyone bow. Okay, first thing I'd like to say thank you all for coming. And it's been a really long ride for all of us here. I don't know how many of you know like what goes into making a play of this, magnitude. We've been working since June, and it's been really, really difficult. We've put in late shifts. We've left this place at 12 o'clock. And I just hope all of you gathered here today have had a good time. And I'd like to call a special person on stage before we, call it a day. Her name is Mrs. Esther Yates. She directed the entire thing. So, ma'am, if you don't mind, can you please just grace us with your presence?
Okay, as Mrs. Yates comes to the stage, let me take a few minutes. I'm Anil Pinto, Registrar of the University. Wish to say a few words congratulating the cast and the crew, director, and all of you. Yes, another big round of applause for some great acting, some great stage setting, some great lights and direction. Yes. You did an amazing job. You're not trained professionals. You began your journey in theatre in the last 6 months, except for a few theatre students that I see. Christ University began this on the suggestion of Professor Madhav Menon, who is called the father of Indian legal education. When he was here some 4 or 5 years ago, he suggested that just the way law schools in the US perform Shakespearean plays, we should also perform. And the university took the suggestion quite seriously, and we had the first play in the form of, does anyone remember the first play? Merchant of Venice. Okay, the director remembers, others do not remember. Okay, and since then, this is the 4th production, madam? 5th production, yes. This is the 5th production, all Shakespearean plays that all 5 have been directed by Mrs. Yates. I must tell you, it's not very easy to work with law students, because after their 2nd year of law, they start quoting the law back to the teachers and everybody. But at the same time, it's not easy to work with Mrs. Yates either. So, and that's the production that you've seen. At Christ University, of course, the emphasis is not only on academics. The emphasis is on holistic education. We try and just not look at the intellectual growth, but also the aesthetic, the value-based growth of all the students. One of the reasons why we do this plays, of course, is to introduce them to theatre. It's also to try and train them in various ways of working together, trying to rehearse, bring in sense of aesthetics in them. There's something very similar to lawyers and literature teachers, theologians and biblical scholars, and that is all of them engage with text and interpretation. That's something that goes to all of them. But it's not easy in today's era to make people memorize so much, and that too is an English or language that's not your cup of tea or of your time, something that's removed 600 years, 500 years from you. That's a great job that Mrs. Yates has been done. It's my pleasant privilege to congratulate her and thank her on behalf of the Vice Chancellor, Thomas C. Matthew, who is not here today, but he was there for yesterday's production, and all the students, community, and all the audience present here. I also thank all of you for joining us today. Do keep coming back and to encourage the students. We're going to have some more good performances lined up for you in the form of music. In December, we're going to have some of the good choirs from Bangalore, from across the country and abroad, coming and performing here in the main auditorium. Please look up the calendar and the dates. We're also going to have a dance, 3-day dance day performed by over 300 students in the beginning of March, Father. Beginning of March. Do look up the date and do come back. And all these, of course, performances are not charged. They're open to everybody who can come in time and take their seats. While I take leave, great job. Keep it up. And let the theatre not stop here. To continue theatre. Yeah, may I request Mrs. Yates to say a few words. Thank you.
First few words I will say is what you meant by, I don't know whether you meant it's not easy to work with me because I'm not sure what you meant, Dr. Pinto, but anyway. I do want to say that this is a School of Law production, but the entire Department of Theatre Studies is here on the stage. They helped in every way possible, whether it was on stage or backstage or whatever. So even taking the role of Capulet. So I would like to single out a few people. I can't obviously tell I can't name them all, but there are some who really worked very, very hard. And there are others who worked very hard. And there are others who worked hard. And there are others who didn't work at all. But anyway, so I would like to call upon first Nakul and Malavika. Stop stepping over the crypt. That's not a good thing. Okay, come. Nakul, Malavika, Roshan, Shashank. From the first production of The Merchant of Venice, fifth-year law student. This is the first time that we're having every single year, except the third years, represented. So Shashank is from that. I will call I really love all of you. I'm very grateful to all of you, but I can't call all of you. So come Jatin, and come Siddharth. Yeah. He composed all the music. Makusho, Viswesh, sorry. Viswesh, come forward. Shreya is not here, but Sanchita who's here. Sanchita, come forward. Hurry up. Don't waste time. Okay? Where is Sanchita? Okay. Bharat. Anirudh. Vandana. Sanjay. Ninad. Moses. And Mohammed. I can't see if there's anybody. Yeah, where Freya, Celesta. Freya, where are you? Kalansh, where art thou? Costumes, Freya, makeup. Okay, I don't think I can call anybody else. Kajol, come here. Juliana, come here. Nimisha. Yeah, Rajeshri took charge of the dancing, correct. Okay, she took charge of the dancing. So I think that's more or less it. So I thank you all. I thank the registrar. I still don't, I've got to have a meeting with him. You may not have the mic. So I don't know what he meant. But I want to thank, there are three people that I really want to thank for this. Father VC, because I really didn't want to do this in this auditorium, but he kind of insisted, and I think it's a good thing that he did insist, because I don't know if this would be good for other productions, but bigger productions. But for this was very good. Father Benny, who's the director of the School of Law, there he's standing behind. He doesn't want to come forward. Coming forward? No. Okay. Whatever. He's standing there, right there. Father Varghese, who releases all the funds to make such a production possible. There are some more bills which are coming, Father. So anyway, okay, and of course, the audience and everyone else. Yeah. Yeah, Keshav, who's done all the sets. Where is he? Keshav ji, Keshav, where are you? He's at the back? Or, yeah. Rajan. You may go home because it's all over. Thank you.